engaged. Like, a harder group to get engaged, but oh, is that Wendy? Is it Wendy
it's
joining
Wendy's
us?
joining us, yes.
Hi, Wendy. She's on mute. But yeah, but Adam, like, keen to hear how you manage to get dads involved, because it's generally a harder cohort to, get active, get involved. I mean, probably case in point today, we had 4, I think, responded only, well, myself join. Things get busy, but yeah, just keen to hear how you manage to keep up the engagement.
So I guess our biggest pathway is and both in Queensland and Victoria, the way that we've tried to approach it is through hospitals and birthing and antenatal. So we're trying to hit dads before baby's even born, and try and convince them of the importance of them really working on their parenting and being engaged and connected. The other way is basically through word of mouth. So, fathers like yourself hearing about it and being able to, spread the good news, so to speak, that, it's, I think the misconception that we deal with a lot is that it's a self-help group for dads, whereas it's more about just every dad feeling like they can be connected into something. And I think, just more dads sharing about that with their mates and that sort of thing is what helps us get there. And then the third pathway is partners. We get a lot of dads who are pushed into it by their partners, because their partners say, that's something that's really good, you should go and do that. It's my story. That's how I got pushed into dad's group, and then I ended up working for dad's group. So yes, my wife's very careful about what she pushes me into now, but yeah, so those would be the 3 main ways that dads get connected in. But yeah, you're right. And the research that we deal with a lot is that dads don't display a lot of help-seeking behavior, particularly when it comes to health. So we're really battling against that. So it's a lot of trying to build up that health literacy in dads, that, you do need to do these things, that you don't have to wait till things get dire or critical to connect in and have that community of support.
Can I just ask, how many dads have you got really nationally sort of subscribed into dad's group?
At the moment, it's hard to track that, because each group tracks its members differently. But we've got a text messaging platform that we've got over 1,000 dads on. So that would probably be our most predictable number, I guess. But yeah, it'd be over 1,000 dads.
That's great.
And then throughout the history of dad's group as well, we've been around for 10 years, and we've had groups. We've had at one stage pre-COVID over 70 groups across Australia. So that's diminished slightly, and we've had to find ways to make the groups a bit more sustainable as well. So yeah.
That's great.
Awesome.
I don't have any other questions, Anson. Do you?
No, not really. I was just saying to Deb before, Adam, that I've already looked at the platform. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's really easy to navigate. I didn't have any issues or questions around it. I think it's, at the end of the day, just incumbent on the dads to get involved. So we just have to I suppose on our side, Deb, more from I think obviously dads in general there's a lot of benefit in this space. But I think the added challenges, I suppose, around adoption and permanent care, I think there's an added importance, for our cohorts to really, try and embrace this platform as much as they can. Hi, Wendy.
Hello, sorry.
And yeah, so I'm just thinking through, how do we, encourage more to take up, so I know we've got those dad groups events that's kind of scattering around, but I think they're great. But I think having something like this where people can kind of tap into a network that can be digital or in person, I think I'm just thinking through, how do we kind of get that message and break down some of the, I don't know, Adam, to your point, some of the preconceptions on what what this represents. I suppose there's that kind of right or wrong, that traditional male, thinking of oh look, why would I need to? I don't have an issue, but it's not about needing it, accessing when you've got an issue. It's kind of like accessing it just because it's beneficial and like prevents any further issues down the track, you know. So it's kind of just change that way of thinking a little bit. So yeah, so sorry, a lot of like just verbiage there, but yeah, just thinking through how do we kind of get the importance and get the activation a bit more in our cohort higher, I suppose. So
yeah, I'm wondering, sort of listening to Adam's comment around sometimes it's the women who are pushing behind the scenes. Deb, I wonder whether we could promote it again through the play groups, maybe. That's because they're a pretty connected group of women that might help. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and we're really happy. I think we landed on 6 spots, didn't we? But if it expands more than that, we're really happy with that as well. So if you go through those play groups and find that a bigger number do want to sign up, we're really happy to support that. So
that's really kind of you, Adam. That's very generous. Because I suppose it sort of comes in fits and bursts too, doesn't it? People go and then they don't go for a few months and then they sort of reconnect. So yeah, that's great, Adam.
No further questions, me. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Did you put the URL in the chat, or if you could just email it to me, because I'll email it to the 4 dads.
Yeah.
And
I'll email that recording from the first session as well.
Yeah. And we might check in about 3 months or something, Adamson, and just see how things are traveling. And beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So I think, Adam, I'll have to contact you about that first recording, but I'll do that. Yep. Okay.
Beautiful. All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.